Oh, so I had to get on and just record a video. I have so many thoughts like swimming around in my head after 2 days of virtual school. And this is the first time that all 3 of my kids actually have class at once. So I can go ahead and maybe have 5 minutes of thought, which would be just absolutely wonderful. Pardon. So my kids are at a school that chose to do full distance learning early on. I definitely appreciate that they just went ahead and made that decision, because the truth is they made that decision before the school district, and then the school district changed their mind. A couple other places changed their mind. I was glad that at least our school said, we're doing virtual. This is what it's going to be. Prepare as necessary. So fair enough. And I really give the teachers credit, because, I know this is not like individual teachers that I'm complaining about. Like I've had a lot of teacher clients. I have teacher friends. And I'm really aware of what happens within the unions, within the schools, the mentality of some teachers, and how it kind of dominates and really oppresses everybody with an alternative viewpoint. Unironically, oppresses everybody with an alternative viewpoint. So then they're oppressed, but we won't even get into that. Anyway, the truth of the matter is that studies have found that in states with unions, they're less likely to be in-person school, which means that these teachers' unions are, in fact, the driving force behind distance learning. Okay? So not individual teachers, but teachers' unions. That's point number 1. They are undoubtedly... If you haven't researched Operation Paperclip, it's time to do so. We brought the Nazis over here. We put them in places of higher learning, okay? They came from the Frankfurt School, okay? They brought that ideology over. They implanted it into these higher education systems, and now this is what we're teaching people. It's essentially a Marxist ideology, and the point of it is to try to shape the political opinions of someone who's going to then go in and be an influential person who shapes the opinions of other young minds. Many of us see through it at this point. COVID has opened up so many minds. It's really the best part of all of this, is so many minds have been opened. I know people that 100% were on board with vaccines, that thought I was crazy 7 months ago, changed their mind recently. I know people that hated Trump with a passion. Hated him. They're voting for him this year. Why? Because their neighborhoods were burned. Are you kidding me? The neighborhoods were burned. They were praised by the media. They were praised and supported by the media. We see through it. So we're going to go back to education now. A lot of what they're doing is social and emotional learning. So they're teaching the kids how to, be kids or something. The alternative would be letting them be kids by having them go to school and get social interaction there. So you don't have to teach how to do social interaction if you have social interaction, right? The other thing that's a little frustrating for me is it seems as though these teachers are going to move full steam ahead with the next grade's lessons. And it's really hard to teach, for example, like math without the basics, the foundations, like the times tables. Just moving ahead and moving every kid into the next grade and acting like they didn't just lose the last 7 months of their life, and then have the nerve to think that you're going to teach them about social and emotional reactions, how to do that. You've completely ignored what they've been through for the last 7 months. But you're going to tell them how to treat people and care about other people. How about you start caring about them? How about you start caring about the 7 months that they just lost? How about you think about they got pulled out of school and haven't seen their friends since? How about you think about that? If you actually care, if you're worried about their social and emotional development so much, why don't you do that? I'm at the point where I'm just so fed up. I've cried all morning. I got nothing left for any of these people. My kids' tablets are not compatible with Google Classroom. So it has been a technological nightmare to try to get this stuff done. I don't have enough cords to charge the things. I don't have enough quiet places for my kids to sit because, we didn't build the other wing of my house yet. They'll sit where they can sit, where it's quiet. And that might be a bedroom, and it might be a bed. What the hell do you want me to do? But you care about their social and emotional development? You hypocrites? Look, I'm done. I'm done taking shit from people, and I'm just done taking shit from the education system. They unironically are waiting until 2 days after the election to find out whether or not they're going to continue distance learning or not. So tell me this isn't political then. Everybody with a brain cell to rub together in this town sees right through this. They do. They see right through your bullshit. You haven't fooled anybody anymore. And I know you think you're in charge now because you're used to being in this position of authority. But let me tell you something. November is going to be a surprise. For you. Not for me. Not for a lot of people. But see, you still think that you have the control, huh? Teachers, the education system, it's all going to have to change. I don't know why you guys are just deciding that you're just going to stay the same. The lack of creativity is exactly what I would expect from somebody in the education system. You know, I just can't do this anymore. I want to pull my kids and I want to homeschool them. My older two don't want to. They're happy with distance learning. I'm happy to let them do it. But my youngest one, she's like, not okay. She's 7, man. Like, she's having a hard time navigating all this stuff. She can't type. I don't see the point of having a technology class when the kid can't type. How about this? So you force everybody home and you force everybody into distance learning. How about you try teaching them how to type? Start with that. They don't have to draw a laptop. What did draw a laptop? The new technology teacher, thank God, he seems like he has got it going on a little bit. So we'll see how that works out. I am open to any and all suggestions, really. I mean, what homeschool curriculum do you use? What should we do? Am I just like a whiny asshole? Maybe. Maybe I am. But, you know, I have 3 kids. I'm not able to work as much. Putting me out of work, literally, because I have to be home and do this and answer calls every 5 seconds. There goes a school bus. That's funny. Reach out to me anytime. Here's the thing. When you add a kid, somehow it gets easier. I don't know why. I think because it like changes the atmosphere, like the temperature, the intermingling, the different relationships, you know? So if you're local, if you have a kid, I'm happy to help. Drop your kid off. We are going to try to go for a walk every day around 2:30. Now today's like a little cloudy. I don't know if it's going to work, but we'll see. That's the plan. We need to get out. We need to exercise, and we need to like decompress from this shitty day. Thanks for listening if you got this far. Bye.